welcome to this video tutorial for our hospital visitors team. Before we jump into the video, I just want to say a quick thank you to you for being a part of the team. You know, those in our church community that find themselves in the hospital, whether it's something that is a critical issue, something unexpected, or a planned procedure, being in the hospital can be a very kind of lonely, isolating, fearful time. So I just want to say thanks for leaning in to these moments with people in our congregation and being a part of walking with them, encouraging them, and praying with them in these kind of vulnerable moments. So you're a real blessing to us, and thank you so much. So in this video, we are actually going to look at the mechanics of using Vineyard's Community Church Builder website, which is our church database system that we use for actually logging comments and tracking hospital visitor information. I'll show you how that works. I'll show you some simple and quick tips for navigating the site, as well as adding new messages and tracking your activity. So right now, we are on the Vineyard Church website, vineyardkcnorth.com. And we're starting here because I want to show you can get to the Church Community Builder website from any page on the Vineyard KC North website page by just scrolling all the way down to the bottom. And in the footer of every web page, you'll see this quick links section, and in there you'll find CCB Church Login. I'm going to click on that. And this has bounced us over to the Vineyard Church CCB page, which is our database where we just track all sorts of information and track work. And so if this login page looks familiar to you, you'll want to go ahead and log in with your normal ID and password credentials. If this doesn't look familiar to you and you've never signed up for an ID, it's super easy. Just click on the request account link here. Or if you've forgotten your password, you can click this forgot password link as well to reset your ID and password. So typically takes about 24 hours to get a requested ID back. And once you've been given your ID and password, you just simply type in your ID, password, credentials, click login, and it will take you to the home page. Now what we're looking at now is just sort of the landing page for every user when they log in. Yours may look a little bit different depending on the groups that you're a part of and maybe additional access that you might have. But let me just point out a few quick things about the CCB website and kind of navigating around. So from this landing page, there's kind of three main sections I want to point out: a left-hand side, a middle section, and then this right-hand section. So on the left is where you're always going to find quick links to the major portions of the website for which you have access. So we're on the home page, but if you want to look at groups that you're a part of, if you want to search a directory of people within the church, service opportunities, your own personal giving statement and history, church calendar pages, etc. It's all here on the left-hand side. Now, as a hospital visit, you're going to be primarily focusing on groups because all of the information we track about hospital visits is located in this groups section. And as you can see under my test ID, I'm a part of 4 groups. You may have many more than this, or you may have just a few. But in my list of groups, I see there's a hospital visitors group. And that's how I'm going to get access to the messages related to activity within the hospital visitors team. The other thing I just want to point out real quick is CCB uses a navigation path for whatever screen that you're on. They use a tab kind of structure for looking at additional information on the page that you're on. So as you navigate from page to page in different spots within the CCB website, in the middle of the page, you'll see these links or these tabs. And so if there's additional information you want to look at about a person or additional information about the page that you're looking at, just be aware of these tabs, and you may need to click to view more information. So let's just dive right in and look at the hospital visitors group list. So again, you can get there by looking at the groups off of your home page and clicking on hospital visits, or you can also click on the groups link on this left-hand navigation rail. It's going to take me to the groups I'm a part of, and lo and behold, there again is hospital visits. So I'm going to go ahead and click on hospital visitors. And this is drilling me into the hospital visitors group for which I'm a team member of. So remember I told you there's tabs. So within the hospital visitors group, there are several tabs. There's the info tab that tells just an overview of this group and a description of it, as well as leaders within the group that have been designated. There's the message center, which is where you'll be doing the bulk of your updates and work. There's a calendar section if there are events associated with this group, files that have been uploaded, any needs within the group, and then a participants list, which is a list of everyone who's a member of this group. So this should be all the hospital visitor team, and you're a part of that. So, but the main focus of this tutorial is going to be on the messages. So messages are where we track activity. So when somebody turns in a prayer card letting us know that they're going to be in the hospital, one of our coordinators or one of our team members will go in and log a new message by clicking new messages. And I'm just going to do a test one here real quick and say test hospital visit. This is a test for our video tutorial. All right, and when I click the send link, it's going to post this message to the history of our hospital visitors group, but it's also sent a message out to everyone within the group. So if you're already a member of this group, you're getting this message right now as I speak. And any updated comments that are made to a message are also emailed out to all the participants within the group. So that's something to keep in mind as you're logging comments or creating messages. Just be aware that the things that you type and say are going out to everyone in the group. So we just want to be honoring of everyone who will be reading it. So that's how you add a new message if you need to. Another thing that I want to make you aware of is that each week, one of our coordinators, in this case, Allie Markley, will go out early in the week and they will post a message concerning who needs to be visited that week or who has an upcoming hospital event that we need to pay attention to. So to drill into an existing message, I'm not going to click on the name of the person who posted the message, but I'm going to click on the title of the message. So in this case, it's Tuesday, 10/8/19. And when I click on that message, it's going to tell me current visitors and upcoming hospital visits that need to be made. That gets posted at the beginning of each week, and it gives our team an opportunity to see what's up and coming and to pick the person that you're going to be visiting if you've signed up for that time slot and location. So let me just then show you how to log a comment, a follow-up comment on a previously posted message about a hospital visit. So let's say at the beginning of the week I got a message that this test hospital visit needed to be made this week. And on Tuesday morning, I go to the hospital and I visit this person. And after my visit, then at the first opportunity that I have, I'm going to log into CCB, navigate to this group and to the messages within this group, and I'm going to find the existing message associated with this test hospital visit. And so I'm going to click on the message name, and maybe I'm going to give some updated information and say this person is in room 140. I visited them and prayed with them. I might also make a comment like, this person is open to future visits. They will be in the hospital for a few more days. I might also log a message like, please call before you visit. And whatever other pertinent information that will help future hospital visitors to know like, just good good protocol for or information to know what to do before I visit this person. So, but what's going to happen is when I click add comment, now my comment has been added to this thread, this message thread. Another email has gone out to everyone on the hospital visits team, and whoever visits this message in the future is going to be able to see the history of it as well. So if this person is still in the hospital, let's say 3 days later, and somebody else visits them, they're going to navigate into the group, look for this message, look for the comments associated with it, and they are then going to use that before they make their visit and leave a follow-up comment within the message as well. So that shows you how to find a message, how to leave an additional comment, how to create a message. But I want to show you what to do if you make a hospital visit and that person is no longer in the hospital or doesn't need a visit. So we do that by editing and updating the title of the message. So let's say I visit this person and I call ahead and they tell me, oh, I've been discharged, I'm no longer in the hospital. So I'm going to then navigate from the message page back into this message about the person. And I'm going to go ahead and edit the message and change the title. And I'm going to add to the end of the message title, discharged. And this is going to let everyone else know that this person has been discharged and doesn't need to be visited at the hospital, but they may want to give them a call. And so I will change that and hit save. And when I go back to the group and see that message title, you can see that it's changed. It's been changed to discharged. And this is going to just be an indicator to let everyone know that this person has been discharged, maybe doesn't even need a follow-up. Some other things that you might edit the message for is, let's say you want to add information about the hospital and the room that they're in. So I might say this test hospital visit, this person is at NKC room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, this just gives a quick access to the information about where this person is and the room number that they're at. So feel free to edit that message title just to reflect key information that will help other people to be able to know what's going on with that person and their status. So I'm going to go ahead and change this one to discharge, and we'll save it. And there again, every time I'm making these updates, emails are going out to folks. So as I'm recording this test video, there's a flood of emails going out to people. But so that shows you how to then go in and edit an existing message so that other people know what's happening with that person. So just to kind of wrap things up then, as you each week, if you're signed up for a hospital visit time slot, you'll want to sign into CCB. You'll want to navigate to the hospital visits group, go to the message page, and look for the coordinator's message about the upcoming and current hospital visits that need to be made for that week. And if you do make a visit, then what you're going to do is find the existing message for that person if it's out there. If you're the first person visiting this individual, you'll want to create a new message that then everyone can respond to as they make future visits to that person. And I've also showed you how to make comments within that message. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And if you have further questions, feel free to let anyone of our coordinators or Dirk Hanna, our community care pastor, know, and we'd be glad to help you out with this navigation. But thanks again for all that you're doing for our church and visiting those that are in need in the hospital. And have a great week.